Every human being runs from pain. We avoid it, numb it, distract ourselves from it, and in many ways, we spend our entire lives trying to escape it. Yet here's the paradox. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the messenger, the teacher, the fire that shapes you into someone stronger than you ever imagined. In Buddhist wisdom, pain is not seen as something to curse, it is seen as a key. A key that unlocks growth, resilience, and wisdom. If you're here right now, it's because deep down you know that avoiding pain hasn't brought you peace. Running from discomfort hasn't given you strength. And maybe you're ready to discover a different way, a way of embracing life's struggles not as punishments, but as stepping stones. If that resonates, stay with me until the very end, because in this journey, you will uncover the hidden power within your pain. Before we dive deeper, I invite you, don't just listen to this message, experience it. Reflect as you hear these words. Imagine how they apply to your own life, your own struggles. And if you find meaning here, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video because someone else out there may need to hear this truth as much as you do. Pain is universal. No one escapes it. Physical pain, emotional heartbreak, the pain of failure, the pain of loss, we all face it. But what separates those who crumble from those who grow is not the presence of pain, but the response to it. Most people see pain as a wall that blocks them. But monks and practitioners of Buddhist wisdom see pain as a doorway. On the other side of that doorway lies transformation. Think about a seed. Before it becomes a tree, it must crack open in the darkness of the soil. That breaking is painful. But without it, there is no growth. Or think about muscles. They grow stronger only after being torn in exercise. The tearing hurts, but it is the pain that signals growth is coming. In the same way, your struggles, your challenges, your heartbreaks are not signs of weakness, they are invitations to become stronger. Buddhist teachings remind us that life itself is marked by suffering. Not because life is cruel, but because change is constant. We lose what we love, we face what we fear, and we endure what we did not choose. But hidden within that suffering is the opportunity for awakening. Pain shakes us awake. It forces us to pay attention. It teaches us to let go of attachments, to build resilience, and to discover the strength we never thought we had. So how do we begin to transform our relationship with pain? The first step is acceptance. Pain becomes unbearable when we resist it, when we fight against it, when we say, "This should not be happening to me." But when we accept pain as a natural part of life, something shifts. Acceptance does not mean you enjoy the pain, or that you stop working to improve your situation. It simply means you stop wasting energy fighting reality. You say, "Yes, this is here. Yes, this hurts, but I can face it." Acceptance turns pain from an enemy into a teacher. Suddenly, instead of asking, "Why me?" you begin asking, "What can I learn from this? How can this help me grow?" That shift in perspective alone can change your entire life. Another Buddhist secret for strength is mindfulness in the midst of pain. When pain arises, whether it is physical or emotional, the mind often reacts by creating even more suffering. If your body aches, the mind adds fear. What if this never ends? If you fail, the mind adds judgment. I'm worthless. The pain is real, but the suffering multiplies because of the stories the mind creates. Monks train to sit with pain without adding stories. If they feel discomfort, they observe it. If sadness arises, they acknowledge it. They breathe into it, instead of running away. And as they do, they discover something profound. Pain is intense, but it is not endless. It comes, it peaks, it passes. When you can watch your pain with awareness, it loses its power to control you. Let's pause here. If this message resonates with you, reflect right now. What pain in your life have you been resisting? Is it a failure, a heartbreak, a loss? Instead of running, What if you turned toward it? What if you asked, what is this teaching me? Take a moment to write it down or think deeply about it. And if you feel connected to this journey, support the channel by liking this video. It is a small act that helps this wisdom spread to more people who might need it. Pain also teaches humility and compassion. When you go through suffering, you gain a deeper ability to understand others. Suddenly, you no longer judge so quickly, because you know what it feels like to struggle. You recognize your shared humanity with every person you meet. This is why many of the most compassionate people are those who have suffered the most. Pain breaks open the heart, and through that opening, love flows. In Buddhist wisdom, compassion is not just kindness, it is strength. It takes strength to open your heart after it has been hurt. It takes strength to forgive when you could hold on to bitterness. And yet, this is how pain transforms into power. So let's be clear. Pain is not something to fear. It is not a curse. It is a mirror that shows you who you are and what you can become. It is a test, a teacher, and ultimately a gift. The question is not whether you will face pain. The question is whether you will let it shape you or break you. Pain is not just something we endure. It is something that can shape us if we allow it. In Buddhist wisdom, pain is seen as the fire that burns away illusion. Imagine a sword being forged. It must endure fire, hammering, and shaping before it becomes strong enough to be used. In the same way, life places us in the fire of pain, not to destroy us, but to shape us into beings of resilience and wisdom. When you think about your greatest growth, it rarely came from comfort. It came from the heartbreak that forced you to discover your strength. It came from the failure that pushed you to rethink your path. It came from the loss that reminded you of the fragility and beauty of life. Pain refines us. It strips away what is false and leaves behind what is real. One of the most overlooked truths is that failure itself is a gift. We fear failure because it hurts our pride, but every failure is feedback. It is life showing us where we need to grow. When a child learns to walk, they fall again and again. If they gave up at the first fall, they would never walk. The same is true for you. Each fall is not the end, it is the training. Failure is not evidence of weakness. It is the process of becoming strong. At this point, I want you to pause and reflect. Think about a time in your life when you faced pain that you thought would break you. Now look at yourself today. Didn't that pain teach you something? Didn't it make you stronger, wiser, or more compassionate? Pain is never wasted if you choose to learn from it. If this truth resonates with you, take a moment to like this video and subscribe. It helps this message reach others who may be going through their own struggles right now. Another Buddhist secret is that resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about carrying it with grace. A bamboo tree bends in the storm, but does not break. Why? Because it is flexible. In the same way, resilience does not mean you never feel sadness, anger, or fear. It means you do not let those feelings define you. You bend, but you don't break. You carry the weight, but you keep walking forward. Monks practice resilience by sitting in silence with discomfort, whether it is physical pain in meditation or emotional pain from detachment. They train themselves to stay present, to observe, and to endure. And slowly, they discover something profound. Pain loses its power when you stop resisting it. When you breathe into it, it changes. And when it changes, you change. Now let us talk about one of the greatest gifts of pain: purpose. Many people find their life's mission through their deepest struggles. The person who suffered illness becomes the healer. The one who grew up in poverty builds opportunities for others. The one who knew heartbreak becomes a voice of hope. Pain carves a path toward purpose, if you let it. This is why some of the strongest, most inspiring people are not those who had it easy, but those who went through difficulty and turned it into fuel. They did not let pain break them, they let Pain build them. So how can you begin to apply these Buddhist secrets in your own life? Start by changing your perspective on pain. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of seeing failure as an end, see it as training. Instead of resisting discomfort, breathe into it. And instead of closing your heart when hurt, open it wider with compassion. Remember this truth: pain will visit you, but suffering is optional. Pain is the event, suffering is the story you tell about it. When you master the story, you master the strength hidden within the struggle. As we come to the end of this journey, carry this message with you. Pain is not a punishment. Pain is the teacher you didn't know you needed. It is the key that unlocks growth, strength, and wisdom. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Face it, accept it, and let it transform you. If this message touched your heart, don't let it stop here. Choose today to embrace your pain, to see it as your teacher, and to grow from it. Share in the comments what pain has taught you. It might inspire someone else who feels alone in their struggle. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and join our community of seekers who are turning pain into strength, suffering into wisdom, and struggle into growth. Remember, the strongest version of you is waiting on the other side of pain. Step into it, and you will find the strength you never knew you had.